Tonight, an early fire season has officials concerned. Now they're asking the public to hold off on burning. Plus, a rise in variants. That's what has officials in Minnesota worried as new cases pop up. And later, it's been years in the making, and now we're learning more about the railway system that could connect the Twin Ports to the Twin Cities.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. If you take some wind and add dry conditions, that's a recipe for fire danger. Today, the Wisconsin DNR suspended burning permits, and Minnesota issued a red flag warning in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. CBS3's Kendall Jarboe shares what people should do to prevent a fire from happening and how to respond if one breaks out. With this year's early spring, the Northland is now in fire season. That's 2 to 4 weeks earlier than normal.
98% of our fires in Wisconsin are caused by people. In the last week, we've had 55 fires burning over 200 acres.
The Wisconsin DNR says fires are often caused by burning debris, equipment sparks, and campfires.
Ask people not to burn, not to burn their debris piles or their burn barrels, especially today, moving into the holiday weekend here.
To prepare for the worst, the DNR has emergency engines, tractor plows, and all of their staff on call. They say burning outside is not only risky, but in some cases illegal.
So most folks need to be aware that fire outside is a really risky event, and they shouldn't be doing it on days like today.
If a fire does happen, experts say don't try to put it out by yourself.
If you see a fire, call 911 because we definitely need to get on top of them sooner rather than later.
Fire season typically runs until May or June, so officials are bracing for a long road ahead. While campfires are technically exempt from Wisconsin's burning ban, the DNR says to check with local fire officials, get proper permits, and know what the wind conditions are like before you burn. Meanwhile, multiple fire departments responded to a house fire in Floodwood this morning. Firefighters responded to the home along Highway 73 just before 9:30 a.m. High winds and a 500-gallon propane tank located near the home caused some concern. No one was home at the time, and no word yet on what caused the fire. Well, Dave's here now for a first check of the weather. Dave, certainly proper conditions for a fire out there. It was quite windy this morning.
And so authorities do have a couple of alerts out for us for at least tonight, if not tomorrow and Sunday as well. We take a look at that map, and it shows that for Koochiching County, Itasca County, Aitkin County, and now Pine County in Minnesota, looking at a red flag warning. Fire danger is extremely high. And for the rest of us, and since we last spoke, the UP's been added into the deal. Near critical fire conditions then. Bottom line is follow those rules, those P's and Q's, and take it pretty easy with fire here, at least until Monday when we get our next rain chance. And even that rain chance is a bit iffy, but it's the best we have slated for the next 7 days. Looking at the Doppler map right now, there is a small low up to the north of our region, bringing some rain showers to parts of Ontario, even Manitoba, but I don't think they're going to cross the border. Will be cloudy for a couple hours tonight, but still dry for our weekend. Dry enough then to call for a mostly sunny sky once we get into Saturday. Low temp tonight dropping to about 35 for many towns here in our area. And then we perk up towards 64 degrees for a high temp on Saturday, warmer than normal. Won't stay warmer than normal, or actually it will stay warmer than normal for a while. What I'm getting at is it may not stay in the 60s much after Saturday. One day towards 65, and then we drop into the 50s by Sunday, and then that rain chance comes around on Monday. Will that take temperatures down farther? I'll show you which way those will go with our 7-day forecast in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. State health leaders say one variant is taking over. Up to 60% of Minnesota's infections are now linked to the variant first discovered in the United Kingdom. Jeff Wagner found out how this version of the virus is helping history repeat itself.
Like the warm spring sun shining over the Twin Cities, it's easy to feel that brighter days are ahead, especially for the many who just got a potentially life-saving shot in the arm.
I've got a big old smile on under these two masks.
Coming out and walking out with a vaccination card in my hand, it's inspiring. It feels like a step in the right direction.
The rise in COVID vaccine allotment and widening of eligibility is a big step forward, but the steady rise in COVID cases feels like a step backward, one that gives Dr. Michael Osterholm great concern, especially as some states lift mask mandates and loosen restrictions.
We've got a bad virus. We got a lot of people still yet who can be infected despite vaccines arriving, and we are now opening up as if somehow we're done with the virus. It's like we're dismissing gravity.
Hospitalizations are rising in Minnesota as well. On March 1st, there were 251 people hospitalized with 60 in the ICU. On April 1st, it's up to 435 with more than 100 in the ICU. Another indicator of note is cases per 100,000 people. In mid-February, it was 13.1. Right now, it's 23.5, and that's a number not seen since the huge surge that started last October.
We gotta hang together and get through this. But no, we're gonna see a surge of cases. How high, I don't know.
I listen to the professionals that do the research, and if they say they're concerned, then I'm going to be concerned as well.
Optimism now being met with caution as the race to get vaccinated is now being tailed by a highly transmissible variant. Jeff Wagner, WCCO 4 News.
Despite his grim predictions, Dr. Osterholm is happy with the progress in vaccine distribution nationwide and expects it to increase in the weeks ahead. As summer tourism season is making its way to the Twin Ports, area business owners are hoping a new program will encourage their employees to stay safe to prevent future shutdowns. Jason Vincent and Jeff Anderson, owners of the Boat Club and Vanilla Bean in Duluth and Two Harbors, are hoping their vaccine incentive program will encourage employees to get the COVID-19 shot. If employees of their restaurants show proof of being fully vaccinated, they'll receive $50 cash and a chance to win several Super One gift cards. Vincent says the program is to ensure safety and support other area businesses.
It was important for Jeff and I to also be able to support another local business that has, suffered through a pandemic just like we have.
The Duluth Chamber of Commerce says they haven't heard of other local businesses participating in an incentive program, but they do encourage it. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll hear more on the Chamber's hope heading into the tourism season. Michigan has had the country's highest COVID-19 infection rate over the past week. For 2 days in a row, Michigan reported more than 6,000 positive COVID-19 cases. That trend is causing concern among health officials, especially since tens of thousands of people in the state are getting the vaccine every day. State leaders are urging residents to wear masks, socially distance, avoid crowds, and make a plan to be vaccinated.
We may be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, but we are still in the tunnel, and it bears repeating. The best thing that we can do right now is to follow the protocols, wear your masks, wash your hands, stay socially distanced, get your vaccine.
The state has reported its first case of a coronavirus variant that was initially identified in Brazil. The variant appears to be more contagious than other strains, and there are concerns it might affect both vaccine-induced and natural immunity. The first week of testimony has wrapped in the murder trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. On Friday, jurors heard from the most senior officer in the Minneapolis Police Department, who was called to the crime scene hours after George Floyd's death. He told jurors that police officer Derek Chauvin's treatment of George Floyd defied department policy.
Totally unnecessary. Pulling him down to the ground, face down, and putting your knee on the neck for that amount of time is just uncalled for.
Zimmerman also testified officers have a duty to render medical aid to detainees in distress. None of the officers on the scene attempted to help Floyd as he pleaded for his life. Today's proceeding wrapped a week of emotional testimony from eyewitnesses, EMS workers, dispatchers, and Floyd's girlfriend. Authorities say a Sawyer County woman was found dead with gunshot wounds. Deputies responded to a home in the Stone Lake area just before 12:30 this afternoon. Inside, they found a 42-year-old female had died from an apparent gunshot wound. The victim's name is being withheld at this time. Several agencies are investigating, including the Wisconsin State Crime Lab. Police believe this was an isolated incident and that the community is not at risk. Tonight, a Douglas County Sheriff's Office employee is out of a job and another on leave. Sheriff Tom Dahlbeck confirms Laura Wickersham was terminated from her position as jail sergeant after she was charged with possession of narcotic drugs in late March. Meanwhile, Sergeant Matthew DeRosa is charged with domestic abuse following an incident in January. He is currently on leave pending an investigation. He was recognized in 2019 for locating and arresting the man who kidnapped Jamie Kloss. Wickersham is due back in court later this month. DeRosa is due in court in May. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, President Biden recently introduced a $2 trillion infrastructure package. How it might be spent right here in the Northland.
Record high temperature for today is 65 degrees from 1925. Tomorrow we may be very close to that record. Today we have to settle for a high of 54, which is still warmer than the normal of 42. Warming trend is with us for the weekend. The warmest of the days, though, could be Saturday. We'll talk about that and a chance for some rain as early as Monday, coming back right out of this break.
It's Home Furniture's two-day sale this Friday and Saturday only. Get up to 10% off sale prices and 0 down, no interest financing for 12 months, plus free no-contact shipping. The two-day sale, Friday and Saturday, only at Home Furniture.
At Lift Pro International, we have custom designed and fabricated lifting, weighing, and rigging solutions for more than 40 years. With a worldwide presence and reputation, we need world-class insurance to match. This is why we trust Cindy of Vernon Insurance to make sure we're fully covered no matter where in the world we're doing business.
Protect your home, vehicle, or business, and your peace of mind. Call Cindy at Vernon Insurance today.
More Americans are growing their own vegetables than ever before. At Garden Mats, we're here to help people supplement their food supply with fresh, organic vegetables. Whether you are a beginner, novice, or master gardener, Garden Mats make gardening a breeze. Spend your summers trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com and plan your garden today.
You don't need a reason to grab the DQ Chicken and Biscuits basket. With 100% all-white meat chicken strips, golden fries, warm pepper gravy, and, oh yeah, 7 fluffy mini biscuits. But if you do want a reason, mini biscuits turn any meal into a mini celebration all on their own. Hooray for mini biscuits, part of the DQ Chicken and Biscuits basket. DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
At VisionWorks, we want you to feel safe. And we want you to see yourself in your new glasses and think, ooh. But if you get home and your ooh is more of a you have 100 days to change your mind. That's the VisionWorks difference. VisionWorks, see the difference.
And coming up Monday on CBS3 this morning, it's our weekly Eye on Lifestyle. We're sharing tips on how to refocus your energy. So tune in with me and meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt at 5 a.m.
Home Seasonal Concepts is now open with the largest selection of outdoor furniture on sale. Plus, get a free fabric upgrade on custom or special order cushions and slings from Homecrest Outdoor Living and Tropitone. And free no-contact garage drop shipping. Now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
We need answers and fast.
What do you say? Challenge accepted? I just want justice.
Don't be
I want to be kicking in a door and I need someone to tell me exactly which one.
FBI! Let's put an APB out right away. All agencies, all counties.
Help us resolve this peacefully.
We're gonna catch these guys.
You're safe now, I promise.
New FBI and FBI Most Wanted, Tuesday 9, 8 Central, or stream anytime on CBS.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Temperatures. Today they did start to perk up. We had a cold snap to end March and introduce April, but now we're going towards warmer than normal conditions. And they started arriving today in the form of the 50s. So we had a high temp of 56 for International Falls, even better than that in Big Fork, 57. 53 towards Hermantown, 57 Moose Lake as well. A little bit cooler towards Grand Marais, 43. That's still not really that bad. That's just a hair warmer than normal. Mid-50s for a lot of northern Wisconsin, including a 54 to report in Hayward. 53 Ironwood, just a hair cooler. Watersmeet. Tomorrow we'll push this into the 60s. The warmest day of our warm spell, because after that we'll dial back to the 50s for Sunday, which is still warmer than normal, so I'm not getting too upset about it. Tomorrow, though, should be a great day for spring cleaning across the region, as long as we mind our business and our manners with the fire danger out there, because that will be high through Sunday at least. Maybe some relief comes in the form of rain Monday, which we'll talk about after these current conditions. South wind right now, 16 miles per hour. Low relative humidity, 30%. 52 the current temp at the airport, and 29.99 inches of mercury, the barometric pressure reading, which is just a little sliver over normal. So high enough to be considered high. And it kept the sky fairly clear much of the day, but some clouds will pop up tonight as a low skirts north of the border. Current temps, 49 to 50 for the Upper Peninsula, low to mid-50s in northwestern Wisconsin, and we have low 40s for parts of Minnesota's Arrowhead, but low 50s for others. Now, low temps tonight, probably in the 30s for a good swath of our region, with maybe a couple of pockets of resistance into the 20s, and Barris is a good guess there. And outside the Hayward area, you get some low elevations. It gets chilly there, but otherwise warmer than normal. Doppler map right now starting to become a bit cloudy as that low pressure system skirts along the Canadian border. Probably a dry low. It's using all its moisture to kick up some clouds. Not much left over for precipitation. Farther up into Ontario, they're getting a little, but I think we'll be dry tonight if cloudy. Then tomorrow, warm and sunny again, thanks to high pressure taking over, which will hold on to us probably through Sunday. Monday's our next rain chance. It's not a great rain chance. This low comes across from the Pacific, struggles over the Rocky Mountains, loses most of its rain once it gets into the plains, but it's the best we have coming our way. So Monday, 40% chance for showers, maybe a couple of spring-style thunderstorms to boot. Now tonight, Minnesota low temps, like I mentioned, for the most part, low to mid-30s, partly cloudy sky. Wisconsin, Michigan, mid-30s, partly cloudy sky. Setting us up tomorrow then for the resurgence of high pressure, mostly sunny. Wisconsin, Michigan, highs 60 for like Bessemer and 68 down towards Trigo. Minnesota numbers will be near 55 around Grand Portage, but the rest of the state, 62 to 68. Doesn't stay quite as warm. We go to 58 on Sunday. Clouds increase. There's our 40% chance for showers and thunderstorms Monday. Slight 20% chance for sprinkles on Tuesday. 30% chance for showers Wednesday. And then it clears up and cools down a little bit, back into the 40s at least briefly, come next Thursday.
Thanks, Dave. Included in President Biden's new infrastructure plan is $80 million for Amtrak, aimed at expanding their rail services across the country. That includes funding for the Northern Lights Express, a proposal that would connect the Twin Ports with the Twin Cities. Ken Buehler, chair of the NLX Technical Advisory Committee, says this potential federal funding is exciting news for the project. Buehler says since the project has been in the works for years, it is shovel-ready once the funding is secured.
In the past, this was always going to be an Amtrak train, but the funding to get it started would have had to come from state of Minnesota, state of Wisconsin, and other local sources. And quite frankly, that money does not exist. This is a game changer.
The Northern Lights Express will be a 2-hour and 2-minute ride with an average speed of 70 miles per hour. It will start at Target Field in Minneapolis and end at the Duluth Depot, making 4 stops along the way, including in Superior. Tonight at 10, we will hear more about next steps for the Northern Lights Express. Thousands of Minnesotans now have invalid driver's license. According to the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, more than 113,000 people now have an invalid license. That comes after the COVID-19 extension to renew ended on Wednesday. Those who need to renew their licenses or ID cards can do so online. You can find more information on that process at CBS3Duluth.com. Coming up in sports, it has been 705 days since the UMD softball team played a game at home here in Duluth. Well, that changed today. Kelly has the highlights next.
Northwest Outlet is your warm clothing headquarters of the Northland. Superior.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Looking for a home run on your next home project? Don't strike out by using someone out of left field who makes errors, balks at your needs, isn't safe, and gives you the squeeze by charging double. Your home improvement company aced my window project, and working with them was a walk in the park. They never sacrifice quality, and you can count on them to avoid curveballs and save you time. Plus, they clean up, which is a big relief. Your home improvement company is a huge hit in Twins territory, even if their owner is a bit of a screwball.
The new Kubota LX Series, built with comfort and versatility to outlast any job on the list. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
No one serves you better than Bullet Implement.
Over the years, I developed an investing strategy that continues to deliver unstoppable prosperity. Hi, everyone. I'm Charles Payne. As a young man from Harlem, I had nothing. I used the stock market to create my wealth. I know how Wall Street works. I've lived it as both a stockbroker and market analyst. Over time, I developed my own unique investing strategy that's beaten the market through both record-breaking bull runs and, yes, even those inevitable crashes and corrections. In my new book, I show you exactly how I do it. And today, I'd like to give you a free copy so you can learn to create your own unstoppable prosperity.
Just cover delivery to receive Charles Payne's new book absolutely free. Call 800-882-2255 or go to unstoppableprosperity.com right now and you'll also get his new DVD for free. So don't wait. Call 800-882-2255 or go to unstoppableprosperity.com now. That's unstoppableprosperity.com.
Did you know that over 90% of today's top-rated television shows can be watched for free, including live sports, news, and the hottest sitcoms, all for free with TV Freeway Gold. Simply plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite HD broadcast television shows free. TV Freeway Gold uses premium gold-plated connectors, giving you high-quality signal transfer so you can watch all your major channels all in high definition, absolutely free, anywhere you want, even on your boat. So you can cut the cord and get TV the freeway with TV Freeway Gold for only $19.99 for free TV forever. But when you order now, you can get a second TV Freeway Gold for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee and we'll ship them both to you free. But you have to order now.
Call 1-800-408-5417. That's 1-800-408-5417. Or visit tvfreewaygold.com. Order now.
Local news and local weather here on CBS 3.
Now, CBS 3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
It has been 705 days since the UMD softball team last played a home game here in Duluth. Since April of 2019, only 6 players from that team remain on their current roster, and the new look Bulldogs finally hit the field this afternoon against Wayne State. Game 1 of their doubleheader turned out to be a good one. Bulldogs were down 4-2 in the 6th. Jessica Bren already doubled to bring in 1 run. Then Cloquet-zone Kiana Bender coming in clutch. Base knock up the middle to tie the game. Superior's Maddie Staria got through the 7th with no damage done. And in the bottom of the 7th, UMD went to work. Taylor Conan gets on. Next up, Kelly Swink yanks one into left, gets past the outfielder, and Taylor, get on your horse, safe, standing up at home. UMD walks off Wayne State in their home opener. Not a bad way to start, 5-4 the final. And it was smooth sailing the rest of the day. In Game 2, Bulldogs allowed nothing, scoring 6 over Wayne State for the sweep. It is senior day tomorrow versus Augustana. The Bulldogs baseball team was also at home this afternoon. They lost game 1 4-3 to Upper Iowa in game 2 over at the Wade. No score in the second. Aaron Hinnekamp sneaks one into the gap in center. Bulldogs looking to get a threat going. He has some wheels too, gets the green light to swipe second, and he's there. UMD has a runner in scoring position, but the Peacocks get a ground ball to get out of it. And then in the third, Ben Shepard gives up a base hit to right. So Upper Iowa takes the lead, but UMD goes on to score 2 unanswered after our cameraman leaves the premises. 2-1, they get the split. Now, about a week from now, it will be Frozen Four time yet again for the UMD men's hockey team. Just a year ago, the Bulldogs had any sort of postseason run halted because of COVID-19. And as fans will remember, many guys unknowingly played their final collegiate games before setting out for pro careers. So this year, there is certainly an added layer of motivation knowing the current guys are playing for the guys that never had the chance for a three-peat.
Obviously, they're super excited for us, all of them. Everyone from our team last year was congratulating us and everything. So it's pretty cool kind of to see everyone else, and we know that they're super happy for us too.
It's tough for those guys last year. I mean, it'll definitely mean a little bit too to kind of fight for them too. The Chefs, the Wolfies, or the Scotties that have got to move on, the Richies. It just goes back to that culture. Like, we just expect to be here and we want to win every single year, and we're going to do the best we can to make that happen.
The shot for another title begins next Thursday in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at the Frozen Four. UMD takes on UMass in the semifinals. While one Frozen Four is just beginning, Bulldog fans are still reeling from the women's run out in Erie, PA just a few weeks ago. 3 total UMD Bulldogs were named to the USCHO All-American list today, the most since 2016-2017. Senior forward Ashton Bell was named first team selection. She's the first UMD blue liner to harness the award in a decade. Alongside Bell, junior goaltender Emma Soderberg to second team, and senior forward Anna Klein to the third team selection. Kristen, we were talking about the tease was you couldn't believe 705 days. You thought it was a typo, but that is in fact the last time we had softball here in Duluth. That's crazy.
It's mind-blowing, but it makes sense with the spring schedule and when COVID really kind of took off. I mean, I'm so happy they're able to play at home again.
Absolutely. What is time? But yeah, and way to walk it off on their first game back.
Good way to start. Yeah. Thanks, Kelly. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, ensuring safety for employees, customers, and beyond. That's the hope behind a Duluth Restaurant Group's new vaccine incentive program. Tonight, we'll take a deeper look at the program and why some businesses want to offer this to their employees as the summer approaches. A middle schooler in Colorado made an amazing discovery while he was out hiking recently. Wait till you hear this. 8th grader Jonathan Carpenter is the newest dinosaur discoverer for the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. He found a Tyrannosaurus Rex tooth while out on a hike in southeast Boulder County. Jonathan turned the tooth over to the dinosaur curator, who says Colorado is prime T-Rex territory. The tooth will stay at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, and the museum says it will always be credited to Jonathan, as will any other discoveries that it leads to. Dave, you have any weather discoveries for us tonight?
No, I haven't done any research myself. I just preach it. And I am preaching a sunny forecast here for Easter weekend. It'll be mostly sunny and 64 Saturday, 58 on Sunday. Rain chance comes around, peppered with thunder perhaps, by Monday.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 10.